Good morning, everybody. Ooh, nope. Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Mike, and just in case you are new here, and we got more chemo today. So let's get today done and over with. Did you go pee-pee? Oh, let me try that again. Did you go pee-pee? Are you ready to go do this? Oh, you're trying to sneeze. Got the breakfast burritos, got me a giant smart water, and I had to make sure I had everything for today. Had to bring y'all with me, so I needed my camera. I got an extra battery in my pocket just in case. Got my phone, got my emergency ostomy kit, just in case. And I forget my wallet at home. So, luckily I don't need it. I'm just gonna get there, sign in, and start it up. Get me another piercing in the shoulder, and then just get my favorite flavor of poison. It's gonna be fantastic. Today's gonna be so great. So great. Oh my god, it's so great. So on this long ride to on the long ride to my chemo appointment, I kind of figured I would ask my mom some questions so y'all can get the other side of things, instead of just me talking about, hey, we're going to chemo, hey, I'm doing chemo, hey, I'm back home from chemo and I feel like crap. So when I do chemo, what is your typical routine?
Well, usually after you go in, get settled, make sure everything's okay, check your weight, stuff like that. My first thing is go into the cafeteria, wait till 11 o'clock, and get my famous hamburger and french fries.
Which, for hospital food, they've actually got a really good burger and really, really good banana pudding for some reason.
And great coffee.
Yeah, and great coffee. So, it's what, like a 3 to 4 hour session?
At least, yeah. So I go in there, usually make my phone calls, because the cafeteria is the only one that has signal, or the little cubby by the ER, and find me a comfortable chair and start playing my games and kind of people watch, which is very scary.
What was it like for you the first time I did chemo?
Very nervous. I didn't know what to expect with chemo. First couple of times I thought, this is great, we got this, because you were doing really good. And then once it started accumulating in your body was when, it was kind of heart-wrenching, watching you get sick and the different effects of it, and trying to figure out what you could even eat to put on your stomach. It's kind of hard watching your kid go through that.
Because I remember when I had first started, I was still doing it every other week, and the first 3 rounds, the first one for sure wasn't bad. Like I was set up, I had my chemo pump for that 3 days, and I'd be on the couch in the living room playing video games and being attacked by our old cat Spike that we used to have that would try to chew the hose of the chemo line because he was bored, and he always just messed with me nonstop. after about the second or third round, I mean, it kept getting worse. The neuropathy in the fingertips and the toes.
Not being able to drink anything cold because it felt like glass.
Yeah, and then the effects of the oxaliplatin, where, like she said, I couldn't do anything with cold items. That was terrible. And then, like I said, we had found out December 9th of, it was either December 9th or December 19th of 2017, we did a scan and they didn't find any cancer. And there's more details about that in one of my previous videos. But when we had got back on it and my 17th round had come up, that's when I had my allergic reaction. So what was your thoughts on that?
Well, when I decided to go in there to kind of check on you, because something just seemed off, and when I walked in there, you were, I mean, in horrible distress, and you kept saying it feels like, you know, my back is breaking, and, you know, your heart rate was going crazy, and your blood pressure was just astronomical. You know, I kept asking them, you know, why aren't you doing an EKG? Why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing that? And they kept, you know, shoving stuff in your IV. And they said that, you know, if it got really bad, you know, they'd hurry up and get you into the ER. But it took a while for you to stabilize. And that was extremely scary, because to me, seemed like they were going super slow, really wasn't doing anything, wasn't really saying anything. I don't like that too much.
Yeah, because I don't remember too much of it. I remember the initial start of the reaction, and then, like she said, they were pumping a bunch of Benadryl and steroids into my IV to try and help the reaction stop. And then I passed out. I don't remember much, so I don't know how long I was actually in that position.
It was quite a while. And then when, you know, we finally got you home, you slept for hours. But everything seemed to have leveled out, and it was a little better, but, you know, it just scared me to death for you to even try doing any chemo after that.
That I agree with. And I mean, I still going and doing this today. Like, I know there's not necessarily a possibility of having a reaction, but it's still in the back of my head. And that's why every time I do chemo now, I simply ask them, hey, can you just give me some Benadryl? One, just in case, and two, it puts me to sleep for the 3 or 4 hours I'm there, so I don't have to deal with it as much. And now, I mean, we've done this since 2017. You know, we've done it for 250 plus rounds. Now we're living further away from the hospital. It takes about an hour to get to where we're going, and we've kind of made it just this kind of nice drive to let loose and kind of let everything out and talk about this and that and get things off of our chest or get things off of our mind. So, is there anything you want to, I guess, tell the parents of, like, the parents that are viewers that may have a kid going through this or scared their kid might be going through this?
Well, I think the biggest thing is, don't hold everything in, because, you know, the first thought is when you find out your child, you know, has got a debilitating cancer, which, you know, has been stated, you know, a terminal cancer. This will never go away. it's eradicated, make sure you talk to everybody. Make sure you're open about your feelings and what you're going through, and make sure your child, you know, has an open communication, because holding it in and trying to act like everything's fine all the time will destroy you. And I mean, there's been several times that, you know, me and Mike have just broke down because, you know, we're tired, and, you know, going through this and going through the medicines and different treatments and radiation and doctor visits and nutrition visits, and it takes a toll on you. But I think keeping an open communication helps a lot.
I agree. It's as open as I am with y'all is how I've been with my parents, in the sense of, I mean, she's seen me break down, my dad's seen me break down, and like she said, it's we are tired, we're exhausted of doing this so much, and you know, just continuing to fight with, you know, the good times that come with it, because you get good news, or even the bad times when you get very unfortunate news. So it's just one of those things of stay open-minded, stay positive, and definitely, like she said, don't hold anything in. Whether you're the person that's going through this, or you're the parent of a person, or a brother or sister, whatever, like, it's not good to hold any of that in. So we've got a little bit more ways to go before we're at the hospital, and I'll either figure out some more questions. I mean, do you have anything else you want to say?
Nothing yet. Just chilling.
So, I guess the next time you see us, we'll be at the hospital. Oh, we officially made it, so that's a good thing. And just some like random advice: if you're the one going through the chemo process, wear something comfortable. Like, I mean, I'm basketball shorts, flip-flops, and a hoodie. I use the hoodie as a pillow whenever I'm in there trying to go to sleep. And like me and Mom were talking about, if you're the one that's taking somebody up to do chemo and you got to wait a few hours,
Bring snacks.
yeah, bring snacks. Get you a small little ice chest, like one of the fabric ones. Fill it with ice and water and whatever little snacks you want, or whatever the person doing chemo can handle afterwards, just to have something when they're done. Because like mine, like I've said before, it produces a lot of saliva, so water helps, Gatorade helps. Just kind of branch out and see what little snacks you can have after your therapy session, and you know, find out what you can eat during that kind of helps not make you so sick. And I can go a little more in depth in another video about the stuff that I eat. So there's a bird. Good morning, sir. Oh yeah, we're on our long trek to that building over there, and I'll see y'all in my chemo chair. Started my treatment at 12:30 or 2:30. It is now 1:21, and I'm just waiting to get picked up. And I've already got that plastic taste in my mouth. Well, I'm officially back home. I'm more tired than anything right now. There's a lot of saliva production and I hate it, but so far, not so bad. I don't feel too shitty. Pardon the French. Hopefully it stays like this and I just feel kind of blah for the next day or so. But I'm gonna go ahead and finish editing this video you're watching, and I'm gonna go get some rest. So I hope that y'all had a really good Wednesday, and I hope the rest of your week is fantastic. But until the next video, I will see you. Bye.